Praise God. Praise the living Jesus. Okay, so I don't have much time, so I want us to go directly into investment and portfolio diversification. So, sorry, media team, I don't know if we have this slide. Okay, so let me just start by saying when we talk about investments, when we talk about portfolio diversification, what I actually mean is that you not putting all the eggs in one bag. Why do I mean? What do I mean by that? I mean that you should not what put all your income or all your earnings in one bag. Because once you do this, you find out that once that same business crush, then everything is falling apart. That means things are not what's going to work the way they should be. So over time, let me just introduce myself. I happen to be a banker. So I've worked in GT Bank, Ibadan, Ring Road, for anyone that know Ibadan. I was there for over a year. And I took my career and I rushed down to UB again, here in Akure, inside Futa. I think I used about 4 years with a merit award. So over time, I've, well, let me just say all our drive is that, okay, what our parent told us is when you go to school, you get a certificate, right? Then you get a job. Then when you get a job, after 4, 5 years, you start earning good salary. Then you settle down. Then you keep living. Is that so? Is that how it works? Really? So we actually having a what? A change of mind. So that was my goal. So I was really working hard. I actually want to get a job. I love the banking sector. I love putting on ties, getting this salary, and I just believe I'll make life as fast as possible. So, but reverse was the case. When I got to GTB, I noticed that life was not the same way. So now I went to going back to seeing that time when I was in school, and I'll actually be calling some of my brothers, send money now. You know, you'll have said it before, Egma Elang, Abi, or send those to me. But later when I'm in that show, I got to know that, man, it's not what? It's not easy. So I took around and I was like, is this how I will continue to what? Live my life? That even on the average level, anyone will ask you a 5,000 and you say you are broke, yet you are working. So I came into UBA. I spent over 4 years in UBA. I was even actually doing a course to actually make things work out. But along the line, I came and talked to myself that, Tony, if you want to make it big in life, then you don't have to what, depend on a what? On a single income. Yes. Now, let me tell us most of our problems, or let me say a whole lot of issues we face as youths or as young guys is because we believe that once you're in that narrow way, you don't want to think otherwise. We never believe that there are some things you can do that can still fetch you money even when you are not there. We never believe that there are still some incomes that can go in even while you are not available at the moment. You can have something you are doing that people see you for, but you can have several 10 things that you are doing that other people knows. That's what gives you an income. And that's why I appreciate the level of network marketing so well. Sorry, I'm going into that aspect. But what I'm talking about is that now, imagine you are earning 2% over 10 businesses in a month. How much do you think you can make in a month? But imagine you are earning all your what, all your 100% or all your 2% in just 1 month. This is it. You can't make 150,000 and feel that you fulfill destiny. I'm so sorry to say. You only be an average man because you are just what? You are just earning that salary. Most times we salary earners, I've worked in the office, I don't need to ask us. We don't have money on the 15th of every month. Yes. And where will that take us to? Even when we start expanding. You're alone, you're a young guy because you're earning 150K, you feel you have arrived. But get married, have 2 kids, then you know what Nigeria is talking about. But now, let me tell you, the only issue is that a lot of people get into the field, have children, and they now want to start what? Investing, which is very wrong. You can't get started when you feel that everything is now choked. Now you are now looking for an immediate help. It won't work that way. So, okay, thank you. I have my slide. Just go to the next one, please. Yeah, so I said, what is investment? Investment is the act of what? Allocating resources, usually money, with the expectation of generating income or appreciating over time. Then what is portfolio diversification? So portfolio diversification is a fundamental investment strategy that involves spreading your investment across various asset classes and sectors to reduce risk and volatility, i.e., means not putting all your eggs in one basket. To the next, please. So now, let's go to the point to note. Point to note, number one, I said think about different type of investments. Let me be candid with you. As you're all seated, if you take your time, okay, to sit and think very well, there are more than 20 things you can venture into that will bring you money. As a matter of fact, you have them in your hands. You do them daily, but you are not looking in that direction. So because you have not what? You have not think differently in the type of investment you should go into. Most times, some people tell you, do you know how to do this? You still refer. And despite you can do that thing and just make some money out of it. But I don't want to have anything to do with it. Just go and meet the person. And you are losing what? You are losing it. The Nigeria of today that I know is that you can't enter someone's DM. Let's be raw now and say, give me 5,000. They will never give it to you. But when you come and say, I have a wristwatch of 10,000, they will buy it from you. But what have you done? The wristwatch is 5,000 and you've made 5,000 extra. So what am I talking about? You don't ask people for things free of charge. You what? You give out value. So the next one I said, use your knowledge. Like I said, when I was in the bank, I was actually working as a teller and you know the salary. But I can tell you I'm earning more than what? More than a BM. What do I mean more than a BM? I mean a branch manager. Why? Because I was so what? I was so straight. Right in the bank, I opened about 4 POS points while I was still working as a banker. I have people manage it. I just call them, what's going on there? Okay, I'll just, and that income alone, I think I make about, that was 2021, I guess. I think I was making about 30,000 from each point every week. So, I'm not saying you should go into the POS. I'm not saying you should go into the POS, actually. But what I'm saying is that I'm in the bank. I have access to cash. People can come and say they need cash. I can give them free of charge. But I've optimized that if there's no cash, me, I have access to cash. I'll use it to make money. And that's that thing. So the number two is that develop your own strategy. Another thing that kills us youth is because once you see that Sister Rebecca is doing makeup and you can see that she's making money, kia, you don't wait. You look for money. I want to start makeup business. It's this same way that I want to what? I want to do it. She's making money. Then at the long run, some of us pump 500K into the business and you end up making 0 naira. Why? Because you've not actually developed your own strategy. I'm not saying you can't steal some ideas. I'm not saying you can't come up with some things that you want to make it up. But don't base on what this exact person is doing. And that's the same. We are so even funny that we even go beside the shop of the person to go and rent an apartment. That this is where I want to be doing it. Nigeria mentality. So he said, develop your own strategy. You can do it. But think of other ways that you can actually bring that thing out. That it will even be more unique. And people will come to you. There's one prominent singer now. His name is Babatomishe. I don't know, maybe you've heard of it. I am Babatomishe. He's more vibrant in Ibadan now. I think he's the brand ambassador for Kemsan Landing, the sell lands and all like that. So where am I going to? The guy likes singing, but singing does not like him. Yes, I'm a musician. I play drums. I've been playing drums for over 14 years. So I've played with big brands like that. So I know him. Then we'll go. This guy is not good yet. Even he will call you say, I can't go. This guy go flop. But along the line, I didn't know what Babatomi. He just went into building his own strategy of doing radio presenter with music. Maybe you know him now. He's the one doing radio presenter for Yinka Ifele. Yes, you'll have known him now. You can check his page on Instagram to follow what I'm saying. Now, Babatunde Shea has a car of his own brand. Now, it's not only used by just few companies. It's now used by a whole lot of companies as their brand ambassador. And he's earning from each of them every month. Now, what am I saying? What I'm saying is that once you see him that year, like I saw him, you actually feel that this guy, go and look for another business. But the guy saw what is in him that is greater than what we are saying. But rather than going to studio and just go and sing, and he knows it won't sell, the guy passed through another level to enter into the music industry. So he said, start small and grow over time. A lot of us want to start business and we feel that we can be earning profit immediately. It doesn't work that way. Yes, it doesn't work. And that's why a lot of Nigerians don't get successful in business. Because you want to put just 50,000 and see 60,000 the next day. Bam. It will never happen. It will never happen. Even if it will happen, I can tell you that the business won't last. But once you start small, when I talk about starting small, let me go raw now. Some of us, we have some little capital, and we feel that the next thing is go and get a shop, just display things and start selling. That's the wrong idea. Number one, you don't have a brand awareness. They don't know you yet. You've not displayed to see the number of people that even are interested in that product. Yet, you went to pay for a house rent without even knowing the end result of that business you are doing. Start from From a small space. Upload it. Let's see the interest. Okay, do a visibility research and study. How many people are interested in this thing? How many people do you think that would come to my shop and get it on a weekly basis? Am I fit to even get a shop now? Can't I just run this thing online for a moment? Then when I start having my big brands, then I can I say I want to expand. But yet we just see 500K, pay for shop, pay for goods and everything, and before you know it, nobody will come to the shop. And that's how we keep losing on every business. To the extent that some people tell you that I don't even want to do any business again. Let me just remain a salary earner. Yes, I have some people confess it. They've done a lot of things, but they are doing it the wrong way. So what am I saying is that even if you're a makeup artist, even though you're a tailor and you're just getting to launch yourself, the first thing you should do is not to quickly just go on a bar of spending your own money. Thank God we have the new age now. I'm still going there, which is the social media. We have thousands of people closing deals right in their room every day. What did they do? They got a ring light. They got a lightning. And they started making videos, promoting whatever they are doing. A lot of people will see as influencers today on Instagram or everything. Do you think they have one big office? It's over time that they are beginning to brand themselves when money starts coming. So think deep. Think wide. Don't just even to the extent, when you are wasting 300,000, even those that are called Dangote, Tony Elumelu, they don't pump money into business like this. Yes, I know of Tony Elumelu well because I worked in U and I followed them back to back. Those people don't just they don't just jump into business. In fact, as a matter of fact, any business those guys do now that you say, this guy don't pump money, it is a lie. You see a whole lot of people that support them. Even this Tony Elumelu Foundation, I don't know if you know about it, for the agriculture people, is actually giving loans and grants and all like that. Do you think it's Tony Elumelu that is giving the grants? He has backup from foreign countries, whereby he has He has actually given them. Then that's why I said, don't be tamed down because you have an idea and you feel you don't have cash and you think you let it die. What have you projected? You've not projected anything. And I think it's because it's Nigeria that is happening to us. Because if it's outside the country, once they have a business brand that they feel that it will thrive, they will seek for support. They will seek people to help them. So let me go to the next. Network and learn from experts. I said learn from people in the industry, but don't copy them. Now you have the money to make a bank now. Because you see that UBA is thriving. GT Bank is okay. You now have 100 million. You say, I want to go into banking. And that's why some of the bank actually collapsed at the long run. You don't just go into things, but learn from them. What do I mean by network? Like we always say that our network is our what? Is our net worth. Now, imagine I have everybody like this in my contact. And I said to you every day, how much do you think I'll be making? Some of us have WhatsApp contacts up to 200. But the highest thing you can post is comedy. Do you know how I think? I think about how I can take 5,000 from all of you in 1 week. That brand you are doing, that brand you are building, that business you are building, you won't find out. It's so crazy enough that your contact needs that and you go and pay outside to get it while you are there. You don't promote yourself. We don't actually move in. We don't tell people what we do. Let them know you for this brand. Network is beyond what you think. Because when you get to a level in the network, you won't even be the one networking again. People will what? People will network with you. It's just like a principle of I told mommy I'm selling what? Pando yam. And she got it, she liked it. She ate it and it was very nice. What will mommy do? She will tell it to you. Before you know it, this person will tell this person. Before you know it, I'll be having what? Pool of sales. But that one person you have denied to tell, you have closed over 100 deals. Because you kept it to yourself. So my next point is mindset and risk-taking. What mindset do we have? Most of us have the mindset that I can't achieve it in that business. I can't go into it and it will be successful. Then once you have that mindset, you just notice that things are not what? Things are not working. Because your mindset is stable that if I do this thing, I will not make it. Though I know there's a place of prayer, you have to pray, but God also has given you what? Wisdom and knowledge to what? To input some things to make it work. God does not dispute that you should actually put what? How to strategize and make some things work out for you. We have series of people earning multiple figures every month. That's why they are saying Nigeria is not working. And why? It is because what? They have what? Diversification of portfolio. Now, I'm saying this as a rhetorical question. What do you think you will start today? What is that thing that is actually in your mind that you have been thinking of what's implementing, but you have been holding back because you feel that, how do I want to start? This work will not allow me. Let me tell you, if you don't run from salary, salary will run you. There's no amount of salary you can tell me today that will make me go and work as a salary worker. Why? Because you are limited. In a business, you can make over 3 million in a month. And you can make up to 10 million in a month. But in a salary in 6 months, you can't increase your income more than 50 or 100,000. Even if you are in the very best organization, the highest they can do is 100,000. And once you get that 100,000, you are going another year. After another year, even if you are prayerful and God help you, they promote you like 2-3 times. The total promotion and everything cannot be up to 500,000 in a year. So what are you thinking of doing? That little business you have, how are you thinking about what? Implementing it. You don't need to have a shop. Even if you are selling rice. Because some people will say it's not every business. What happened to sticker? What happened to a graphic designer? Put things together. Something shop. Let them ask, where are you? Don't worry, we are situated. Give them your house address. They are not coming. They just want to be sure. You start up your brand. You do some things that it's just about strategy. There was a particular brand then that they were selling rice. They knew that it was hard for people to actually get what? Get rice at bigger. What did they do? They look for one nylon. I'm not sure they even spent up to 20,000 on that nylon. They told them to help them demarcate. So you put rice here, put beans here, put maybe something on that. And they'll just seal it back. They'll just call it like an amper. And they'll tell you that everything is going for like 3,000. But you normally, when you go to the market and you buy rice alone, it's 4,000. You'll be like, yeah, for Gary too, yes. Thank you, my brother. So you just get that, you'll be like, you're buying an amper. And you just pick it up, 3,000. Oh, pay now, oh, pay. But it's a lie. They've actually, they've sent their own. Though it paid you, but it paid me too. Please, the next slide, please. So now, let me go to, how can I unlock Portfolio what? Diversification. How can I unlock portfolio diversity? I mentioned some of those things. Though even almost all those things we are all used to it, but the only thing is that we don't what? We don't practice it. Number one is online tutoring. Some of us in Nigeria, we are so blessed that we are so good education wise, but because you don't have that chance to go and lecture in a university, you think that you can optimize it. Because you think that they won't take me in OAU to lecture. I will kill this dream. Do you know people call, for those that are actually freelancers, that they understand how much this white sells course alone? I have a white guy selling a course for $2,000. Just a course. Everything is just mode 1 to 6. And he's selling for $2,000. And the guy is making sales. So just imagine now, even if you are not going to 2,000, do you know you can even pitch some things and what? You get some returns. Online tutoring is there. Just open a YouTube page. If it is 1 hour you have every day, just drop something about educational tips. Promote yourself. Talk to people around. It's just like a brother. I have a brother that actually does a training on IELTS. Anybody knows IELTS? If you are going for Canada, all those things, you do IELTS exam. It's just about English test, speaking, writing. And the guy is writing is out, closing deals of over 200,000 with people. The guy will not even leave house. They will come to his house for the training. Despite that you are paying, he made you know that you are the one that is looking for something. I won't still come and meet you. You still come to my house. And he had over 4 students. Please, 200,000 times 4 in a month. How much is that? 800,000. And yet we dress up, putting on tie, rushing to the office every day. They will even still talk on us and we are making what? 150,000. Our capacity is more than what? I'm thinking by that God will help us to a stage in Nigeria that we won't even have anybody to opt in for a monthly job. Honestly. See, it's just like a veil was revealed when I left the bank. I wasn't suffering. I was single. So I was enjoying. But I needed more to life. So when I left, I saw a lot of veil that was actually there. Number 2 is content creation. Do you know there are some platforms whereby you can write content and they pay? For everything I've listed there, I have people that are doing it. I have a guy that is actually publishing content on a particular page. So the more he gets likes, they pay him the more. At least over time, he has been doing it for over 2 years. Now he's making close to $400 every month from that part. And he's still a full-time student. And he's still a what? He's still a full-time student. So some of you have the gift of speaking, the gift of writing. Some of us will write and, oh my God, you'll be like, are you sure you're the one that wrote this story? But yet, we kept it. Now, let me go back. Sorry, I'm into freelancing, so I'll be picking everything and making you understand. Do you know that this content writing, a whole lot of, even before the existence of AI, a whole lot of people are actually paying thousands of dollars to Nigerians to write content for them. And don't even say because AI has come, you won't still write content again. Some will tell you that they don't want AI. They want someone that can write it down. What could make that guy still be earning $400 even at this moment is because he's actually seeing his target market. So content creation, majorly it happens with ladies. They know how to write stories, craft stories. Don't let it go. Don't let it go. Number 3 is social media management. I'll dwell on this so well because I myself am making a certain amount of money from this social media management every month. Now, a lot of us enter Facebook. In fact, some of us, we are blessed with content. Once you do yourself like this, you just cut. And people will be like, who is this professional? But yet, we are not pushing. We don't know that we can earn some monthly income from social media. If you cannot actually undo a page, what you need to do, I was having a training with like a mid-class students that just started tech and all like that. So I was telling them that, okay, now, you are just starting. I know you might not be having the white clients, you might not be having all these clients. But what about clients within Nigeria's? When I also started, I left, okay, let me just say this. I left bank and I picked up again in 6 months. I left bank with nothing. Not that I have saved. I don't have millions anywhere. I left with a 0 balance. Even while they were asking me, why was I going? I should have said I was going. I said I've gotten a better job. It's a lie. I just want to go and rebuild. They were telling me, Thank God some of my people are here. Mr. Femi is here and all like that. So it's not that I'm not a best staff or they say I should go. I said I'm leaving. They had to call me to Alagba Kaid office again because they know they are losing someone. They sat me down again. Why do you want to leave? Is it the pay? I said, even if it's the pay, that I've gotten a job, they will pay me higher than this. I've not gotten anything. But I left and I sat down. I cried first that, hey, have you made the right decision? You, this guy. Hope you're okay with a wife. Oh my God. So, but then I sat down and I said that I can do this thing. Number one thing that I would say is just believe in yourself. Nobody can ever believe in you. Then most times when you are taking some decisions, let it come with people what's looking at you and waiting for your returns. Once it doesn't happen that way, you feel relaxed. But I left and they were like, let's see. Shebi will beg him. He will come back. But today, they are coming back for me. I did not go back. So what am I saying is that this social media age, you can what? Brand yourself. You can undo about 4 pages. Even while at work, what you need to do, you are just posting content for them. And that was how I was able to make 100,000 when I firstly left the bank, which is even close to my salary. I was working about 3 firms. A construction firm, I think they're into chicken and poultries. Funny enough is that I didn't have the knowledge that time. I just took the job. I just pitched to them. I can handle your social media page and I can get it done. Then I got their contract and they started paying 30, 40, 30, 20. And what I do is just to schedule posts. Once I wake up in the middle of the night, work, do everything. What do you want to post today? Schedule it. I'm done with that work. I'm not going back to it till the next night. And I'm gone for another thing. So starting from there, I added that. That was 100K on the tone. I started building other streams. What can I do at the same time? Okay, are people having issues with what? One payment method or the other? How can we put a solution to this? How to put a schedule call with my brothers and sisters in abroad? Can you help me do this? Can we set up this thing? I have issues with commitment and all like, okay, let's get into this. And before you know it, I'm making close to almost 200K from that alone in a week. Now, a whole lot of us have parents. We have friends. We have people in abroad. But the highest thing you can go to them is like, look, can you send me 10,000? They will not reply you again. Because you don't have any value you're rendering. By the grace of God, once in a while, I even give them money. Oh yeah, take 20 pounds. Take $20. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that it's not even about me. I'm just making us to understand that you can make a whole lot of things for yourself. That network is beyond what you think. Just take it Take it high. Then publish books. Yes, you know that. Sometimes your book can take you anywhere in life. Someone will just see your book and you say, are you the one that wrote this book? Please, we need you what? In this country, we need you somewhere. The bottom line is that getting something done aside your level of one income. Now, already I know that if this didn't work this week, this one will work. If this one collapse, this one will work. This one will pick again next week, this one will not work. And you get balanced. And over the months, I've been making a total amount of some quality amount. Just because of that. So don't be rested. Because then when we're in bank, we're always afraid. What to send query? Hey, she won't sack me back. You'll be looking at me. That day, let me tell you something. Some of my bankers' friends are here actually. But let me say, the reason why bankers actually give you that attitude. Because a lot of us get to bank and you see attitude. You will just be looking anyhow. It's not you. It's not you. A lot of them are frustrated. What they are saying on screen, you are not saying it. And you know our ladies now, when something don't shake like this, everywhere go shake. So, but we can't continue to live on that kind of life. Not even banking alone. Some other organizations, we know how their boss do to them. Some of us get to the office and we go inside the toilet to go and cry in the morning before starting the job. Just because of humiliations. Yet, you have that bigger things in you that can make times 4 of your salary, but you are not using it. I used to say one word, yes, because when it pushes you to an extent, maybe it's because I know that I don't have anybody. So if I don't work, there's nothing for me. All my school days, I sent myself to school, I pay my school fee, I did everything. So I know that if, Tonio, you fail, you have failed in here. But sometimes when you still have a backbone, you feel like, well, if I don't have money, mommy will help. And that's what's killing us. That's even the Bible says a man will leave his house. and he will go and will stand on his own. So that's what. So then, talking about the physical diversification of active income, we have real estate. A lot of people also think that I need millions of naira to start real estate, but that's a big lie. That's a big lie. To start a real estate business, you might need, but you can start from somewhere. The only thing is just get some trusted legs that you need to get some things done. And that's bringing me back to say, me, Farah, I wanted 200,000. Me, Farah, man, lose over me. When you don't lose it, what do you gain? But there are some ones you buy on 200,000. I was going through Akobo. Sorry, I went in Ibadan State, and a driver was actually going, and we're going side by side. And that guy burst into tears. I was afraid. What happened, Oga? Kilo shele. He said, I had to bend him. You have to talk. What happened? And he told me that this, like 2 or 3 years ago, somewhere around Akobo, during, if you know the place. He said they gave him that land for over like around 150,000 then. He said he has the money, but he was afraid that these people are scammers. And he didn't buy the land. He kept the money. But now, when we now go there that same day, they were saying the land is close to about 5 million. Don't always believe that everything is a lie. That's one of the mindsets we have. Once you hear anything that seems good, you just zero your mind. It's a lie. The same way I used all my savings to buy one land, the first day I got to Akure, 150,000. I used I didn't have any money again. I was just like, hey, she ain't got much. You know, you do some things as an investor and you sit down and be like, am I crazy? But the land is close to almost 800,000 now, and I still left it there. So what are we talking about? You talk about what? Expanding your reach. You have to be able to see, close your eyes and look around and see money. Money flowing. It's okay, this one is not working. No, don't worry. We'll come back to the next week. This one is the way this week. So, number 2 is middleman job. Some of us, this middleman job, it looks like some of us freely. I'm not saying that you should like money too much. But there are some things there are some cool business that will just come to you where you are seated. And you just say, oh yeah. And you just sit down back. That one will now be gisting you. That person, he paid me, he paid you. You now get to me, I'll be thinking. There's nothing bad in middleman business. Once you are you are blunt. A lot of people actually do what? Middleman business, what? To expand their reach. While you're at work, someone is just calling you, hello, I need to get something. Okay, you need to get, okay. How many do you need? Okay, 5. Okay, no problem. We'll get it delivered to you. Thank you. And you just enter your chat. Oga Alpha, I have a business deal. Oh yeah, can you help me deliver this thing to this thing? Okay, this is the amount. I'll credit you. And before you know it, you're writing your work, you're making 10,000. But you don't want wala. I don't want. Oh yeah, take my friend number. Go and chat him. And once you make 5,000 every week, at least that one covers for your TFA. Before you know it, you're not touching your salary for the whole month. But we don't want to do middleman. You just want everything to just I want to be holy. And those same person you are going back to them to borrow you 5K, they will not be laughing at you. So that's another one. Then agriculture, as they have said. Agriculture is very wide. Because of my time, I'll just push on. Then small start-up business. Please, the next slide. I think I've spoken about that. So I said true financial growth requires casting a wide net with diversification. You don't just survive market storms. You thrive in them. You don't just survive market. There was a time that we heard that Dangote was losing money, and everybody was like, Dangote has lost over so billions of naira. And the guy is just there laughing at it that this one, his profit from here that will clear that one away. And yet you are just, Dangote has lost money. So you thrive in them. A single stream cannot fill an ocean of wealth. A single stream cannot fill an ocean of wealth. I don't mean rich now. There's a difference between I'm rich and I'm wealthy. I'm not there yet, though, but I'm on the way. Somebody say I'm on the way now. Yeah. So when you are being wealthy, I don't think there's something like impromptu. Some of us, they give me 10 times, I will solve me bury issue now. Soft meaning next month. But when you are being ready, you don't tend to look at anything. When anybody comes, I need this. If you want to give, you will give it. So, and when you are trying to create that, a single stream, like this is my own salary, no other income, cannot what? Cannot feel a notion of wealth. Diversification ensures that no matter where the tide turns, you are always what? Moving towards abundance. No matter what. Let me just tell you a good news that same time when there was COVID-19, that business were dying, people were not making money. That was the stepping stone for some people. When we're feeling that, I couldn't go to work, I'm not seeing money, we are starving, there's nothing working. Some people are making tons of millions of naira in that COVID-19. Let assume you have started your business before COVID-19. Won't you go back to it? Why your work is at stake? But because you don't have any income, is that salary? No. When everything die, you save. You just sit down, nothing. And that's when a lot of salary earners are asking for help, seeking for help, and they are not actually getting things done. So, just to cap it up, we have a lot of things in us that is burning. It's just like the Bible says, like burning desires. Like you have been thinking of creations, you have been thinking of some things, you have been thinking of how can I go into this, and I know how to do it. I actually have the knowledge. I've gotten a ball. How do I even start? Where do I want to start it? How do I want to do it? Can I even venture into these things? A whole lot of questions running through our mind. And before you know it, let me tell you, once you start thinking and you're not taking action, years will go upon years. Yes. In 1 year, I can tell you people that have increased their earnings with, I don't want to mention. So what? Let's get to work and let's get started. Thank you very much.